Hello everyone and welcome here to the Hive here in Botany, Auckland, New Zealand for this Game 2 of this weekend series between the Botany Swarm and the SkyCity Stampede. I'm your host Bryce Rouse alongside Colin Seabass McIntosh. Let us know a little bit about last game there, bud.
Stampede came out like they wanted to, got that 1-0 lead in the first. Second period, Swarm did what they needed to do, scored that first minute, got a late power play goal, carried the 2-1 lead into the third. They did get a third period goal right away, make it 3-1, but it did seem like they were a little bit too hyped up about that. You saw the Stampede score 2 in the last 8 minutes, I believe it was. And then 3-on-3 overtime, everyone loves that. Unfortunately, the Stampede had no idea what they were doing, and you saw Polzov dish it over to Remy for that wide open net.
Yeah, it was good. Remy Sandoy chasing hard to the net after a just missed the scoring opportunity just beforehand, but nonetheless, I'm sure the Stampede are definitely going to want to try to take a better approach into this game at the start.
Yeah, anytime you're a road team, you want that split. They got 1 out of 2 points, one out of the 3 points, so today they're looking for at least 2. Obviously, the ideal thing is to get 3, but if you're the Swarm, you want to take all 6. So I do expect the first period to play it a lot like the third period did yesterday.
Yeah, it was really good to see the Swarm bounce back after they got absolutely steamrolled last Sunday by the Red Devils. They needed a big response, and I was actually talking to their coach yesterday at a training skate, and he says the boys are going to definitely have to get up today, so it was good to see them bounce back, and also Matt Kennedy, a good bounce-back performance as well. And
much like last night, they had their import goalie, and Stampede will have their import tonight, so it does affect how the teams can play the players, because as of 2 years ago, the Federation decided it was 2 imports for 1 goalie.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big issue for the Stampede. They had to lose Tom Coyle, so down to 4D. So we'll see if they can repeat what the Devils did last Sunday, take a win on the home ice of the Swarm, or if the Swarm can do what they did against the Admirals 3 or 4 weeks ago and
definitely
get to
all right, we're going to cut to some highlights from last night's game, so all you can have a look, a recap at all the action from last night.
5 games straight.
That is an NZIHL record. Excuse me. Polzov with a great play comes out from the corner and feeds it to over the blue line, dumps it in and gives chase. Oh, and he gets a lucky bounce, and it's Polzov getting denied there. Doesn't get the shot to the net, and we've got a break. Mccarg and comes in, skates around the defenseman and around Canada and throws it into a gaping cage, folks. It is 1-0 Stampede.
That is a play I see Max try and practice every single day, so not surprised that paid off for him.
What a great individual effort there by, it's Mccarg?
Yeah, Max Mccarg.
Okay, all right, there, and the bodies are starting to fly, folks. Tuller with the behind the Swarm double, 8-4, but are down 1-0 and didn't get 1 shot on that power play, I don't think, so. Oh, I guess they had 1, right? The one with the no traffic. All right, Harrison picks it up, goes over the blue line, low shot. And it sneaks past Canada, who's dangerous there. The bodies are starting to fly here, folks. All right. Amston, loses the puck to Burns. Burns back to McRae. McRae looking back door for Amston, but he couldn't tuck it home. It's back up high for McRae, and he shoots, and great deflection and a save by Canada. So good luck to you, new father. And Mawson taking the hit. He lost the puck, looked down, and paid the price.
That's Jaden Skipper. Mccarg out there for the draw. Polzov skates in there. Vordanov down the left wing, taking it down. For those who don't know, if you're a ref and you take a tumble, that's a box of beer for the other 2. Or cruisers if you're not drinking beer. Ooh. Polzov had that puck. Sauce pass backdoor, tap in. That's Atwell with the goal.
Cuts over the blue line, takes the shot on, gets his own rebound.
2 big saves by Canada.
And Canada had to look sharp there. who drops it on the point. Shot from the point. Picked up by McCray. Nice pass
off
to
the post.
Freer, who rings it off the crossbar. It was right in the corner there, eh? It was saved and ricochets out. Ollie Hay. Oh, nice pass up the middle to Atwell, who then runs over Burns, hold it in by the hair of his chinny chin chin, and it comes out front, and what a save. True playing goalie there. And all right, Callum Burns on the point here, gives it down to McCray on the hash marks, and a nice play to the middle, deflected. Canday still picking up the pieces. It's behind the net with Mccarg. Oh, an attempted clear, and it does get out. Oh, Michael Atwell giving chase, and True being hassled by Atwell. Turnover, centering feed, shot by Puck. Excuse me, was that Puckett? Tuller. All right, folks, we got just under 5 minutes left in the second period. This period is just raced by.
Good
Swarm
stick by
tying it
Kozak.
up. Kozak with the shot, and Brooks with a great save. And it's kept in. Kozak goes far side to Hopkinson, finding Kozak, looking, what a play! Hopkinson, Kozak, Janssen, yawning open cage. Now that was textbook, that was great puck movement. Great play by the Swarm. Not much Brooks is gonna do on that one there.
That's what happens when you possess the puck, move it around, tape to tape.
Ollie Hay picks it up, and he throws his check off. Nice pass to Vortnoff, and a great save. Yeah, come out, support the girls. It is.
He's gonna have great skating.
He
He's
does.
got some good hands.
He's got great skating.
He's got a decent beard, so you know
He
his
does.
total package is a
That's
hockey player.
right. the beard. Oh, look at this play. Oh, nice save by Canada. He just holds on. Goes far side to tap in. Ooh. Oh, looking for Whiston Lee. Face off one by the Swarm. Steph Tuller picks it up. He gives it to Kozak. Kozak shoots and scores. Off the face-off, Steph Tuller pounces on the puck. Makes a great pass to Kozak, and Kozak goes far side, under the glove, over the pad. Very observant. I didn't. Okay, all right. Now that I know, yeah, I will be seeing that more often. You can't unsee these things now, folks.
No, it's ingrained now.
That's right. That's right. Oh, what a shot!
And
Amston hammers it off, or hammers it from the point off the shoulder of Canada. I think he got a piece of it, but
so Steph's got a good shot, but having that deflect off Commons
before he will take the puck. And I mean, as a Canadian, that's what I was taught, right?
He plays perfectly on that line.
Oh, look at this.
And there you go.
Look at this. Shot from the point. It gets deflected and goes over Canada for the tying goal.
I believe that's Callum Burns taking his 15th shot of the night. A lot of speed out there, a lot of size as well for the Swarm.
Whew, a lot of space. This should be interesting here.
3-on-3, favorite hockey in the world.
Oh, here we go. He holds on to the puck. He falls down, but he holds on to the puck. He's a great skater, great stick handler, this Polozov guy. And he gets it to Sandoy. Sandoy looking for the shot. Polozov kicks up the rebound, and he goes to Sandoy for the win.
Yeah.
What a play. Canada running down, and 35 games comes to an end, Colin.
And that right there is
we shouldn't have been talking about it.
Right?
Yes, yes.
It all comes down to conditioning, or not conditioning, positioning. You have Callum Burns on Polozov, and then Polozov leaves. You have someone else come to him. Sandoy, wide open back door.
I didn't see Sandoy wide open. I was looking at Polozov. What is he going to do?
Welcome back to the Hive, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost set to get underway for Game 2 of this weekend's New Zealand Ice Hockey League matchup. The home team, the Botany Swarm, taking on the Southern Stampede. And what probably is another must-win game for the Swarm, trying to chase a third spot Stampede looking to not go 2 consecutive game losses in a row after breaking their 35-game winning streak.
Yep.
You were there for a lot of those wins.
Yeah.
How did the boys feel after yesterday?
It's bittersweet, but at the same time, you can say that you lost your 35-game win streak, but you still have a 36-game point streak. So they did take a point out of that game, which as a road team is a good thing. Came back from 2 down in the 3rd period, which hopefully they can build up today for your Stampede.
Yeah,
but as the Swarm, you got that OT winner. Try to carry it into today.
Yeah, they definitely clawed their way back in the late stages of last night's game with Polozov actually getting a penalty very late in the game, and I thought to myself, uh-oh, the Stampede could easily equalize here.
Oh, yeah. And tonight, too, we have 2 different goalies. So we got Grace back in net for the Swarm, and we have the tallest player in SkyCity Stampede history, Joel Hasselman, in net for the Stampede.
He is definitely a big unit there in the net.
Some might think Matthew Schneider's the tallest, but Joel's actually a 1/4 inch taller.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Ah. Well, technically he is the tallest now because, well, even if Schneider was the tallest, as he's not here at the moment.
Still taller than Toby Shuck at 6'9".
So we're underway here at the Hive, game 2 of the weekend. Swarm trying to go back-to-back wins against the Stampede, something they have not done in quite a long time. I actually cannot remember the last time they did that.
Back in the championship days, I'm assuming.
Probably back, in 2011 or some stage around there, as Lockie Frere will just dump that one in. Harrison plays that behind her net. Polozov will just bang it off the glass and get it out. A couple of Swarm boys chasing. Good pass to Lockie Frere on the near side, finds McRae. He's hassled there by Mawson, turnover made. Polozov unable to get through. A couple of good sticks there in the lane. And Lockie Frere with it once again. A great flow on him. And that's deflected out of play, so we get our first face-off after the start of the game.
Good start for both lines there. Some forechecking by Atwell. Finished off a little shot by Lockie.
Yeah, he always works hard on that right wing, does Lockie Frere. As Carson Pratt will have possession, he'll just pass it to True, who'll dump it in deep for Harrison Mccarg. He's harassed there by the Swarm defensive unit. As Connor Harrison tries to work a bit of magic, but scrappy there behind the back of the net. Amston doing well to keep that in at the point. Hopkinson will wrap that around, but they'll only go as far as True. So the Stampede sustaining some pressure here at the time being. And that one's dumped all the way down. There will be icing on the call. Good pressure there from the Stampede.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for if you're the road team. The more time you're spending in the offensive zone, the less time the 4D the Stampede have are going to tire out.
Yeah, only 5 defensemen again tonight, is it?
Going 4 tonight.
Going 4, wow.
With Hasselman and net, you had the scratch and import, so Tom Coyle got the short end of the stick.
Fair enough. As the Stampede almost had a 2-0 opportunity, but Richie Hopkinson getting a stick there in the lane. Here's Mccarg, can't get a shot off. As Hill's harassed in the slot area. Mawson trying to lay the body on Mccarg, but Mccarg's skating skills.
Yeah, you don't want to be a defenseman up against Harry Mccarg, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's lightning on his feet. As Hopkinson will go around a player who was on the ice, and he'll just dump that one down. Hasselman, easy save. As Amson banged that one up, hit a stick on the way in. And Remy Sandoy, first time we've seen him tonight. Got the game-winning goal yesterday in overtime. Rips one on net, good pad save there by Hasselman. Woodson Lee with it, looks like he's playing the defensive unit now. As Puckett dodged a pretty big hit incoming there.
Yeah, Ryan Martin's out. He's not out there often, but when he is, he's laying body.
As Skipper will try to find a pass. Try to find Hurley, but that was in front of him too far. As Burns will As Lockie Frere will bang that one in. It goes above the netting though. As Lockie Frere wants to get some dinner invites going with Ollie Hay nice and early.
Yeah. Two-man party. Cummins tried inviting himself, but neither guy wanted him in there. Feel bad for him.
Three's a crowd around here.
Yeah. ABC conversation. As you can see, we have Tyler Hasselmore, the product of Gore, out there with the head ref again tonight.
So I've actually got both the Mccarg brothers out there tonight as well. And Callum Burns unable to keep that in. Polozov was lurking but couldn't get there. As McRae will chase onto that, but Sandoy getting a stick in there. Shot on from McRae, but that's straight down the gullet of Grace Harrison.
Second day of a two-day weekend, you're going to see McRae's speed. That first game he's always a little bit sluggish, but second game his legs are going.
So it'll be Maxwell Mccarg up against Atwell here. Face-off won by Atwell. Stephen the Horse Mawson will find Stefan Tula. And he can go coast to coast, can the Swiss native. As Polozov has a little bit of speed behind the net, puts on the brakes, tries to find a pass, but Vodanov was crashing in. McRae will just find a pass up to Maxwell Mccarg. And Atwell will come away with it for the Swarm. You find Polozov, who found Atwell again, tried to find just left it there for Vodanov, but he was harassed there by about two Stampede players. Polozov still with it, working hard. Put on the brakes, he's the only one down there for the Swarm. He's got Hopkinson coming to the slot. And shot from the point goes nowhere. And that will be icing.
Yeah, Polozov's had a very good weekend so far. Switching him up there with Atwell and Vordanov's a good sight to see if you're a Swarm fan. A couple weeks ago, he was on the third line and didn't quite get anything going, but you've seen the last 65 minutes and change that he's got his feet moving, got that possession going.
So it's Hopkinson versus Mccarg. Won by Hopkinson. Andy Hay with a quick shot on net. Bit of traffic in the way, but straight into the arms of Hasselmore.
And for those tuning in from the Devils Thunder game, might be a little bit of an unexpected 3-1 lead for the Thunder after the first. Got the protege Noah Gregory on the board.
So we'll do it again in the Stampede defensive zone. As here comes Harrison Mccarg, he'll just loft that in and get a chase going. Andy Hayes there first, puts up the boards for Kozak. Finds Hopkinson, had to dodge a hit. As Hasselmore will play that. Here's True. Harrison Mccarg with it, try to find Carson Pratt. He does on the second attempt. It's in the slot area. And Harrison covers that up finally, as I don't think she knew where that was for a couple of seconds there.
A little bit of skirmish there. If you're a Stampede, you'd want Thomas Carson Pratt to take a little look there. You had Connor Harrison back door. Fortunate for the Swarm that he didn't see it, so face off in zone.
And a shout out again to Mary Harrison, Grace's grandmother. Good to have you tuning in. And Sandoy has to come and tidy that up for the Swarm. Try to go through two players, but steals it again, shot on, and just put it wide.
Ill-advised pass there by Poo True.
Sandoy sticking with the play. He almost thought like he lost it for a second, but stayed with it. As Ollie Hay will have it. Doesn't find anyone on that pass, as Amston will have it for the Stampede. Another defense and puts on a good hit on Gavin Puckett, who was coming in for a hit. Another good one on there on the far corner. Good to see a physical game. I'm sure the Stampede, that's how they're going to want to play tonight after losing yesterday, and why not?
Yeah, if you can bring your identity into the game, why aren't you going to do that, right?
Absolutely. I'm a guy who always says body first, puck later.
Mm-hmm. And you'll find a lot of players who don't like getting hit. I think you'll find that every single Stampede player likes throwing hits. Same for the Swarm. Both very offensive-minded, but also very physical-minded teams.
Absolutely. As Mawson will give it over to Tula. And Vordanov has it. Try to find Polozov on the other side, but it hit the skater Mccarg. Polozov's still battling for it. Whistle's gone.
Delayed offside.
As I don't think Polozov knew about that offside, so that will come out of the zone.
I think this line, these lines right here, this will be the matchup to watch for both first lines, see who can crack first.
And once again, we got Grace Harrison's dad making all the noise in here again. Try to get the team going last weekend, even though they were getting blown away. He's still stuck with that charisma of his.
I will say, from playing in the Hive for years, it's a lot louder out here than it is on the ice.
As Tula will bang that one in deep, but Vordanov unable to get a stick on that, so we will have an icing. As the linesman come and protects the bench from any lurkers trying to get off on the icing call there, Seabass.
Little gamesmanship. You haven't played hockey if you haven't tried to sneak off on an icing.
Oh, for sure. In Bear League, you're allowed to. It's all good, so we don't mind the icings. Actually, no, in the Auckland League, we're not anymore. In the Summer League, it's all right. As Tula almost got dispossessed, and Atwell receiving a big hit there from Carson Pratt. And here's Connor Harrison, always dangerous as Connor Harrison when he's got some speed. Dispossessed though, as Vordanov will come out the other way. Pretends to rip one from the point, centering feed, but Amson there. As Andy Hay with a bit of speed off the neck, goes in there and just bangs it in deep.
Andy Hay's one of those guys who's got the surprising speed behind him. You don't think it, but then he'll get to that spot.
He's actually 37 years old now, and when I first saw him at the start of the season, I asked him, "Have you lost weight, bro?" And he has. He's actually looking really fit.
I believe he's the all-time games played leader in the NZIHL, is he not?
He is.
Having played from the inception of the league.
Yeah, I think he started playing for the Swarm when he was about 18, so he's almost 20 years into this.
Mitchell Freer's not far behind. He started when he was 14.
Really?
Yeah.
In the NZIHL?
Yeah.
Holy.
New rules passed last year, the year before, where you have to be 16 years of age before you can play.
That is crazy, as Tappan almost coughed up a goal there. As Stampede players were lurking and almost turned it over, as Hurley quickly rips one off the glove of Harrison.
Jaden Skipper working them corners.
He's a big body as old Jaden Skipper.
Yeah.
My type of guy. He's got the same hockey stick as me.
He's actually the assistant coach this year, but low on body, so strapped on the wheels.
I thought he'd be captain with that name.
Should be. Heart and soul kind of guy.
As Tappan receives a big hit there. Shot on from the point from Kozak, but that's not going to trouble Hasselmore at all. So both teams maybe sometimes being a little bit too pretty and coughing the puck up, Definitely not something these two teams want to give to each other, because
you saw that in the second period yesterday. A lot of back and forth, end-to-end, nail-biting action.
As Amson tried to put on a move on Ollie Hay, but Ollie Hay saw that. As Max Hill just got a touch on there, so icing will be waved. As Amson tried to get it out, but Ollie Hay coming in and stopping that from exiting the zone. As Delmatow will chase that down. As McRae will have it. Thought he had someone on this near side, but Maxwell Mccarg receives a good hit there from Ollie Hay. And Ollie Hay will be going into the box. I think the first hit was all right. I think it's the second one that has done it.
If anything, it might have been the follow-through like we were saying yesterday, Ollie's a guy who likes to play on the edge. Sometimes it's on that little gray line.
Always on the grey line.
Yeah. And you saw that a couple weeks ago. You saw it last night.
They used to be Polozov as well.
Yeah,
but
likes to be very physical, but has a tendency to have the hands come up. A lot of hits to the head. That's one thing the league's trying to cut down on.
And rightly so, as we do try to avoid injuries.
Yeah. Stampede had 2 power play goals last night, so we'll see if they can continue that tonight.
But Mawson going almost coast to coast here, gets a shot on. Hasselmore does throw it out, but the whistle already was blown, so he's done his job for the time being. Stampede in the last recent 5 or 6 years always been so deadly on the power play. You know, you give a penalty up and you're like, oh no, here comes the goal.
You had a lot of players who loved seeing the PP go up. Extra ice, especially here at Dunedin. You have that extra ice. Use it to your advantage.
As puck banged around, Stefan Anderson keeping that in. Burns will find McRae. McRae with Maxwell Mccarg was at the back post. Got something on it, but just couldn't guide it into the net. They're probably going to try that again. Here's Amston. He'll just turn away, grab some time. Burns with the one time, and straight into the glove of Harrison. Some good amount of bodies in the way there.
Yeah, that right there's a positioning save. Traffic in front, had the glove in the right spot.
Yeah, Mitchell Frere was lurking in front, and he's a big body.
Yeah, he was there in front last night for that game-tying goal. And both power plays are going to want to watch that cross-ice pass. Last night you saw Kozak and Hopkinson. You just saw then McRae and Mccarg. It's hard for the PKers to stay in there.
As Burns will find McRae. McRae rips one, blocked in front. Swarm will clear that.
1 minute to go on that peeper.
Amston just passed in front of Mitchell Frere. Loving the physicality of this game so far, Seabass.
Yeah, good start.
And McRae missed the power play himself, rips one. Oh, took a good deflection. As Puckett tried to clear that, but only as far as Maxwell Mccarg. Here's McRae, finds Mccarg. Oh, just missed the one time.
Hit it so hard I didn't know where it went.
Don't you hate that when you shoot and you find a big hole in your stick?
Oh. I think you'll find Maxwell back to the bench shaking his head.
As Burns will find McRae, he'll just leave that on for Amston. Gets it back to full strength. As Lockie Frere will whip that around, McRae's there. Tries to find a centering feed, hit Lockie Frere around the chest area. Not sure if he knew it was coming.
No, nobody saw that one coming.
Ollie Hay with a rip and a rebound attempt as well. Hasselmore closing up that near post side. As Lockie Frere banks it out, and Atwell did well to bat that out of midair as Carson Pratt was on him.
Good power play, good PK. Face off down in zone for an intentional offside. Here we got the first line wingers with the third line pairing for the Swarm.
It's going to be interesting to see how long the defensive unit for the Stampede can hold up today. I'm sure they're going to be pretty gassed come the third period. I certainly would be.
Yep.
As Amson will bang that in, Vordanov's going to be tidying up at the back. Puts on the brakes, try to find a winger that was non-existent.
He saw white. Unfortunately, it was the boards, not a player.
And Vordanov will have it again for the Swarm. Try to get around Connor Harrison, and True with a ripper. Definitely not on song on that shot.
No.
Some good intensity from both teams.
Ooh.
As the puck does come out for the time being, Sandoy is on it. Ollie Hay tried to get a pass, but Maxwell Mccarg snuffing that out.
Oh, that was Josh Hurley, the pride of Roxborough.
And even Jaden Skipper getting in on the action in the hits department. I'm sure Ollie Hay has a little bit of a target on his head when he does have the puck. I'm sure that's a thing with all the teams around the country.
Yeah.
But he still probably dishes out more hits than he receives.
It's the one byproduct of being a offensive-minded defenseman who likes throwing body.
As Kozak receives a good hit there.
Doing a cartwheel.
As Skipper will clear that. McRae giving chase, but Sandoy there first. As Hopkinson finds Johnson. Couldn't get the puck in the zone though, as McRae dispossesses him. McRae on the backhand, forehand, couldn't get a clean shot off. We're going to have a penalty on the play as well. Looks like it's going to be Stephen Mawson for holding.
I've said it time and again, that's Michael McRae's separation speed.
Oh, it's going to be McRae to the naughty bin.
Ooh. I think everyone in the building was confused with that one.
Yeah. Oh, so he was holding the stick of the defenseman. Hey, not a bad idea.
No. A lot of players got away with it.
So the Swarm will be on their first power play of the night. What can they do?
They were 0 for 11 2 weeks ago on the Saturday game.
Yep.
They were 1 for 4, I believe, last night, so they did something right.
There. Carson Pratt got a shot off. Sorry, that was Lockie Frere. And I saw him start hustling all the way from his end as well. Do you reckon Lockie Frere's got the best flow in the league, or would you go Morse?
Mawson's a little too long.
Yeah, that is a little bit.
Doesn't condition it enough. I know Lockie takes conditioning seriously, so I would definitely go with that. He's got the beard hair combo.
You got to condition the body and the hair, or it doesn't matter.
Mawson's got the great pirate look. He's got the dirty stash, the long flow.
As Sandoy will find Kozak on the near side. Unable to corral that nicely. Carson Pratt chasing Hopkinson here.
A very aggressive forecheck from the Stampede.
Sandoy with it. He'll find Kozak. 3-on-2. Centering pass. Here's Ollie Hay. Couldn't get a shot off. Rebounds cleared.
That's one thing to watch out for is the Swarm love that cross-ice pass in the power play. That's how they got their goal yesterday.
And they'll get anyone and everyone going at that back door as well, defenseman or offenseman. There's Ollie Hay. He'll have it around the back of the net. Try to find a centering feed to Johnson, but that goes only to Connor Harrison, who backs that one all the way down.
About 40 seconds left on the power play for the Swarm. We'll see if Polzov takes it and runs with it.
Polozov with it now. Couple of little shimmies. Love to see the puck on Polozov's stick. Here's Tula. Finds Vordanov. Tula again. Vordanov shoots, and good glove save there by Hasselmore. Probably wanted the one time there, but the pass was a little bit too far on his left.
I'm not too sure if he closed his eyes when he shot that because it was missing regardless, but if you're a power play, any good shot. 12 seconds to go here on the power play.
So Atwell wins that against Carson Pratt. Polozov with it. Finds Tula. Here's Mawson. Centering pass. Good positioning there by Amston for it to hit his skate. McRae out of the box. Vordanov rips one, but that misses everything. As Mawson keeps that in for the Swarm. Polozov with it. should have shot, but he tried a deke, which did actually get the defenseman down on his bum.
I'd say both teams would probably be happy with that power play. You'd want a goal, but you still had a lot of zone time.
And here's Lockie Frere. Good stick there, though, by Mawson, who gets a change. Centering pass from McRae. Whitson Lee will just give that back to Andy Hay. As Lockie Frere did have it, did steal the puck. Probably needed to give it over to McRae or True on that far side. Callum Burns will have it. As Andy Hay will gain the red line, receive a hit and dump it in.
That's a tough play for both the receiver and the giver. Anytime a player turns his back right before you hit him, extremely hard to stop. Good thing that Andy was strong enough just to absorb it.
Yeah, you kind of got to be ready in those situations if you are going to turn your body.
Yeah.
You can't just halt a steam train.
No.
Oh, Kozak with a nice move there. Offside, though, as Whitson Lee couldn't get back in time. He was hustling. But Kozak just a little bit ahead of that play.
The Red Devils have made it a little bit of a tighter game. It's now 3-2 over at the Alpine. We've got just under 3 minutes to go here. Nice block shot.
Yeah, I think that came off Hopkinson, didn't it?
Yep.
Game's looking a little bit cleaner in the last 5 minutes or so. I think both teams just need to get a little bit out.
Yeah. Both teams are running all their lines, all three lines, all 4 to 6D.
We've got a bloody good battle here tonight, Seabass.
That's what you expect.
As Hurley's making a nuisance of himself, but Kozak steals that. Does well as well to find Ollie Hay. Ollie Hay trying to go through True, but I don't think many players could do that. As Amston will have a
Winding it up.
little coast-to-coast action. Here's Amston, shot on, but straight into the glove of Harrison. She'll cover that up.
Smart play as all the players were changing. Just get that shot on, try to get a face-off.
So you can see here, Mitchell Frere's actually playing defense with Amston just sitting behind. He shoots.
Block shot by Harrison Mccarg off the stick of Oldie.
That was actually one thing the Red Devils were doing last weekend. A guy right behind the face-off taker, especially on the strong side.
Yeah, Hayden Bull's really good with that draw. He'll win it back to Matheson Graham. I think Graham's got 3 or 4 goals this season off that play.
As Atwell will have to do a bit of work on this near side as the Stampede turn the puck over. Harrison Mccarg will just leave it on for True, who bangs it around. Vordanov with it. Trying to find a centering pass to Polozov. Maybe should have gone for the shot. As Mccarg will clear that for the time being. As Mawson knew the hit was coming there from Mccarg and Connor Harrison. Good to see the refs not calling that, as it isn't much, but it's part of the game.
Tyler does like letting the boys play quite a bit, so it's good to see that he's not calling too much.
Oh, quick shot stolen there by Gavin Puckett, and Whitson Lee getting a good shot off. Almost a goal there for the Swarm.
If you're the Stampede, that's the exact line you want to give that opportunity to. If that's Kozak or Polozov, it's more than likely a skilled play into a deke and a goal. Winston Lee's more of a, I see the puck, I'm going to want to shoot that puck.
Yeah, he's still quite young, definitely still developing his skills in this league. As McRae will have it. Putting on some nice stick work. Lockie Frere went to the net but couldn't get a good pass on the stick. As Puckett will find Whitson Lee, who meets True. As Whitson Lee will have it again. He's shouldered off by Amston, but Puckett's there to keep the puck on the Swarm possession.
25 seconds to go here for the boys.
Sandoy will put that one in deep. As True will turn from the Commons and skate that up. And once again, Lockie Frere on this right wing. He's looking dangerous tonight, is old Lockie Frere.
Throughout his career, he's always had a good weekend here in Botany.
McRae with it, last seconds, puts a shot on. Nothing doing, and that will do it for the first period.
Scoreless first. And as we finish the first period, the Red Devils have tied it up 3-3 against the Thunder.
Yeah, you knew they wouldn't go away too quietly.
Yeah. When their first line's firing, they're pretty good chance of staying in every game or Eden and Apps.
Absolutely. We'll have a quick break and go grab yourself some tasty beverages. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the second period of this. So stay tuned, folks, and we'll be right back. welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Bryce Rouse, alongside me, Colin Seabass McIntosh. We're here for Game 2 of the weekend. Botany Swarm taking on the Southern Stampede. 0-0 after the first period. Shots are in favour of the Swarm, 12-9. Seabass, what do you reckon each team got to do to actually get on the board?
I mean, there's chances both ways. Just have to capitalize on those goal-scoring chances, and that's it from the ring at line down. If anybody gets a power play, next power play needs to get a goal. Because first thing that scores, you're seeing right now, it's a very defensive game. If you get that first goal, you can go full Germany and just play a trap the rest of the game. Yeah,
both teams are playing really emergency-like defense, but sometimes being a little bit too pretty with those breakout passes, not really finding the intended receiver.
Always looking for the pretty play. And we are well on our way to the average NZIHL 80 shots per game.
Definitely. As Hasselman will have to play at that.
And as we're starting the second, Phoenix and Devils just finished their second. 3-3 score.
As McRae will have it on the stick, he'll just quickly rip one. Harrison covers that up and releases for Ollie Hay. Atwell does well to go through Lockie Frere. Gains the zone, gone in net. Didn't get a good shot off. Still made Hasselman have to make a save. Tuller at the point, he rips one. And it goes straight up high in the slot, and McRae bats that out.
I think I know why the shots are so high. We had 12-9. McRae shot it from the blue line, and it counted as 2. So there you go.
That could do it. McRae pressured there by Hopkinson. Swarm do keep it in the offensive zone, but Kozak not really getting too much on it to try dump it in behind the net. As Harrison Mccarg will find that and just bat it in. Harrison making a easy stick save there. As Kozak will just glide up the left wing and dump that in.
Oh.
What happened?
Just laughing about the shot count.
Oh, did they count it as 2?
Oh, they just counted that flick in by Harrison Mccarg as a shot on goal, so it's one thing that we need to learn in New Zealand is a little bit better is the shots. Goalies love it.
Yeah.
But players, when they look back at a game, they're like, we did not give up 50 shots.
Oh, Hasselman almost put it in on his own net as he didn't think it was coming into the crease after taking a wicked deflection off the back boards. Amston tried to find Mccarg camping in the slot. As that heads up down there. Skipper almost copped that one up high.
And with this long change here in the second period, 4D, it's possible you're going to have some 2-minute shifts for those Stampede Ds, so watch out for that. Tired bodies make mistakes.
So Hurley will go up against Whitson Lee. Won by Hurley. Shot from the point. A little bit of traffic in front, but no redirects. As Puckett will have it, he'll just leave it on for Ollie Hay. Receives a good hit for his trouble as well. Ollie Hay with it, going a little bit of coast to coast. Tries to go from the net and crashes into it as well. The net is off its moorings. The refs finally do blow the whistle. So great defensive play there from Mitchell Frere.
And that's just the perception of the ref too, right? That's the same play as Mawson and McRae. Ollie Hay grabs the stick with his hand. Tyler can't see it, not a call. If it's the other side of the ice, that might be him holding the stick going the other way. Either way, it's a good play by both Frere and Hay.
As Martin tries to get something going for Stampede here. As Hurley will bang that one in deep. Polozov unable to corral that. Puts on a little move off the back of the net. As Vordanov got a touch there, Hasselman had to make a play on it.
That's that new double IHF rule. If the puck's shot from outside the blue line and you cover it up, you can't change. You don't really want the third line out there for an extended shift.
And a quick shot there from the point by Vordanov. Atwell will have it in the corner, leaves it on for Polozov. He's got Vordanov behind the net. He just dumps that in for Polozov, who gives it to Atwell. Here's Tula. Finds Polozov. Unable to corral that cleanly. So Stampede will come the other way. Here's Martin. Puts on a good hit on Mawson. After he dumped that in.
Oh.
And penalty on the play.
Not a fan of that penalty. 200 feet from your net. Needless hook to the hip area.
Yep, so Martin will be serving a couple minutes in the naughty bin.
Up until then, that was very good defensively by the Stampede. Their third line up against the top line of the Swarm. Lots of zone time, but as you could see, it was all perimeter.
As Hopkinson wins that draw. Kozak has it. Here's Tula. Mawson shoots, and Hasselman
had no idea where that was.
Yeah, hit him in the chest. He didn't know if there was a rebound or not.
Let's go!
As the Finger Boys are playing in the arena now, Seabass.
Yep.
One of your old jams.
This is a song that you could request back in the day if you called into the radio.
Here's Tula. Shoots one. Oh, just missed. Good opportunity there as Tula had a lot of room to work with. Kozak thought about a shot, but finally gets one off. Misses everything.
Good pass to Tuller.
Mawson one time, and good save made by Hasselman. And the Stampede clear that one for the time being.
That play right there is a play that Cam and True is really good at. You'll have a lot of young defensemen who will initially think, I got to rim this. Cam takes that look, puts it up the middle of the ice, clears it down.
And Mccarg running to Mawson, so they're back at even for the hits. As the Stampede clear that one all the way. Ollie Hayes going to be there. He's got Mitchell Mccarg chasing him, but he's tired. He needs a change. As Atwell will gain the blue. Goes around net, finds Sandoy at the point.
Still 30 seconds to go. Plenty of time for this power play to get something going.
Here's Ollie Hay. Gives it to Vordanov. Rips one. Hit. The skater Burns. As Vordanov will just turn around, look for some options. Puts one on. Off the post and out. Couldn't be any more closer on that shot. Vordanov unlucky there.
If you look on the score sheet, it counts as nothing. Not a shot, not a save. Not sure if Remy had his skate sharpened this past week, but he seems to have taken an edge in front of their net. Swarm fans disagree.
As Hopkinson finds Polozov. So we're back to even strength. As Burns puts on the brakes and turns away from Johnson and Hopkinson. Finds Max Mccarg, who leaves it on for Lockie Frere. Over to McRae, bouncing puck, unable to keep that in on his stick. Hopkinson bangs that one up for Kozak. Burns is there first. Johnson tried to find a centering feed. Hit the skate of a Stampede player. And here's McRae. Little pass in, but Andy Hay doing well to lift the stick there of Burns, it seemed.
Yeah, it's Callum Burns trying to go for that 200-foot speed.
Centering pass to Johnson, but True was on him. Leaves the puck behind. Stampede do finally clear. Some good pressure here from the Swarm.
We'll see if the Swarm can take advantage of that long change. You'll see Lockie Freer and Michael McRae are still stuck out there right now. They were successful.
Here's Connor Harrison with it. Try to dig through the skate of Luke Simon. And Simon will whip that around for Andy Hay, who has to turn. Harrison Mccarg, God, he
I
worked,
wish I
didn't
had
he?
his motor.
Oh.
He takes more strides in one shift than I take all game.
And just how fast he can just turn and get back on
Yeah.
onto the puck.
He's one of a handful of Kiwis that have excellent edges.
And here's Ivan Delmatow. Young player in this league, getting some game time. He's definitely going to be one to watch in the coming years.
It's always good to see the young ones get the ice time. Seen quite a bit of Simon and Tappan as well this weekend.
As True's getting harassed there by a couple of Swarm players. Delmatow comes away with it. Had Sandoy lurking in the slot area. Yeah, Ollie Hay knew a hit was coming there, so he quickly touched the puck and went in for the hit. Good collision there between him and Connor Harrison.
Some good stop and go skating there by Atwell.
As those two go to work again, Ollie Hay and Connor Harrison. Oh, good hit though there.
It's not a sight you see very often. Is Ollie Hay getting hit down.
Yeah, that was Martin as well. Martin again, boomfa on Polozov. You'd love to see it. As Sandoy had to motor as...
That is two big bodies that Ryan Martin's taken down. When you look at him right now on camera, he doesn't look like he's too big of a guy, but he can sure lay a hit out.
Have you ever tried to put a hit on Polozov at all?
No.
He's not the biggest guy, but man,
He's got that Eastern European strength.
he is strong on his feet.
Shaking his hands, he's going to break your wrist.
And a shot from about halfway. Oh, Mawson knew that one was coming there. Kozak rips one, but that's blocked in front by Callum Burns. Good to see the physical game of this still continuing as Max Mccarg will gain the zone.
Yeah, you'll see both teams continuing that. I think each team right now is pretty happy with how they're playing.
As Lockie Frere only finds the near wall here. As Mawson receives another hit there from Max Mccarg. As Tula will just bang that up into center ice. McRae showing a little bit of skill. Finds Max Mccarg, shoots, and he puts it wide.
Yeah,
Had a lot to shoot at then, did Max.
that was a carbon copy of that power play yesterday where McRae cut across.
And no touch there, so we will have an icing.
This is where if you're a team and you're tired, you're hoping your goalie's pad needs a little bit of tightening up or your skate lace is undone. A little bit of gamesmanship in a game.
It's always a game within a game.
Yeah. Or the centerman here tries to get kicked out because you're allowed two centers.
As McRae will find Lockie Frere once again over on that right wing.
And there they have it. They have the two young guys out against this line right now. Good to see, holding their own.
As Burns will find Carson Pratt, but we do have a whistle on the play. It's going to be too many men for the Stampede. They don't seem too happy with it. Amson's got some nice skates, doesn't he there, Seabass? The old Hyperlights.
I'm a true guy myself. Bauer's meh.
Yeah. Fair enough. What's your flavour?
True skates, Enigma stick, Enigma gloves, Enigma skins. There you go.
Fair enough.
This is a penalty that no team likes taking. They'll always argue it, especially this last one. Too many men on the ice.
The Stampede clear that all the way. As Harrison plays it around to Ollie Hay. As Polozov has a little bit of real estate to work with here. Puts on a few shimmies. Tries to find a centering backdoor pass to Ollie Hay, but he was unable to control that nicely on the stick. Atwell picks it up and leaves it on for Vordanov.
Yeah, Polozov's one of those guys, if you look at his points totals, it doesn't jump out at you, but when you're watching games, his skating, his possession, it definitely makes a mark on each game.
And Hasselman covering that up, so 1:17 remaining on the power play. Still looking for the game's opening goal here at the Hive.
Yep. Both teams are slowly trying to erase the mistakes from their game. The last 5 minutes has definitely been a little bit crisper than the first 25.
As Harrison clears that all the way, Sandoy is going to pick this one up. He's got Ollie Hay on the left wing. Leaves it for Hopkinson. Vordanov almost pressured there by Max Mccarg. As Sandoy has to bat that one in. As Vordanov throws some airmail over at Hopkinson's way. Amston trying to clear, but only as far as Kozak. Storm still with it, centering pass, shot on. There's a rebound, Vordanov's on it. Here's Tula. And Amston doing well there, clears that one all the way. Just 17 seconds remaining on the penalty kill for the Stampede.
Both teams got a nice change in there.
Here's Hopkinson. Another try. Well, Mawson off the post.
Second post tonight for the Swarm. I'm not sure if the practice nets are bigger than the game nets, but their aim's just a little bit off. Back to even strength.
Kozak with it, some room to shoot at. Goes low, good pad save by Hasselman. Getting down and stopping that. Kozak with it. He's got Jonsson at the back post, but he was unable to get a shot off. Jonsson tried to find a centering feed, but there was about 3 or 4 Stampede players on him.
Stampede come back 3-on-2. Ooh, good play by Thuler.
Here's Jonsson, goes past 2. Centering feed, goal! Eddie Commons scores! And the Botany Swarm finally get their first goal of the game. Lovely work from Kyle Jonsson to find Eddie Commons in the slot area.
That right there is a byproduct of tired defensemen, but also a great defensive effort by Thuler. All risk, all reward on that one. Had he missed that, it's a 3-on-1 for the Stampede. He takes that puck off of Lachlan Freer. Back comes Jonsson, who, like I said yesterday, doesn't have much speed, but he does have good hands to make up for it. Took that puck wide. 1-0 game.
So we finally get the game's opening goal as Amson might be trying to get one back here for the Stampede. A couple of shots been taken, but a lot of traffic as True has to get on his horse as he is puckered on him. And they clear that only as far as Tom Tappan.
Scored by number 9, Eddie Commons. Assisted by number 8,
Tappan with it.
Kyle Jonsson.
Finds Andy Hay, who bangs that up. Shot from the point, whiffed on. And True's going to be there to get the icing for the Stampede.
Get a wholesale change for the Stampede. Try to take advantage of these tired bodies. As a team that just gave up a goal, that's a perfect rebound shift. After giving up a goal, that's not the ideal shift for the Swarm. You got your third line out there, third line D pair. Getting an icing call, so we'll see how this pays off.
Carson Pratt won that. McRae just losing his footing, unable to get a shot off. As Commons will bang that off the glass, we'll get another icing here. So the Swarm's pressure finally paid off. But you know the Stampede are not going to go away quietly. They'll be fighting till the very bitter end of this.
Yep, still 26 minutes to go. I'm sure We're not just having one goal tonight.
And tussle in front of the net. Puck's still loose. All Swarm players are right there. As Carson Pratt has that, he shoots and that hits a skate in front. Cleared by Whitson Lee. Should be another icing. It is. So there'll be no change for those Swarm players who are pretty tired. Doing pretty well though for the time being.
Yeah. This is a time where you might be expecting a timeout. Or the team could just be thinking, all right, we'll give these guys another shot. Face-off here is key for both teams.
As Commons dumps that into the Stampede bench, so we'll get a face-off in the zone. But they are finally able to get a change. Even if the Swarm were at the top of the table, I'd still be rooting for a team to beat them, you know.
Yeah.
As Vordanov will have it. He's pressured on by Burns. He'll leave it on for Polozov, who receives a good hit there from Connor Harrison. And Vordanov will bang that one in deep once again for Polozov. Up to the point, here's Hay. Shot on, but hit a stick in front. Cleared. Connor Harrison just losing his footing.
Yeah, quite a few people tripping this period, both teams.
Polozov once again picking it up in that corner. They play the body on him, but Swarm still have it. Ollie Hay just missing this. Oh, he does well to shield off Connor Harrison, or that was going to be trouble.
Good play there by Remy. Ensuring that no puck got through.
As Ollie Hay will gain the blue, puts one on net, straight into the chest of Hasselman.
That D pairing was playing with fire that shift.
I thought they were the forwards for a second.
Yeah. Given Ollie Hayes only played D for about 4 years, he was a forward growing up.
Yeah.
Swarm were lacking in the D, so he decided to jump back.
And Stampede win that draw. Max Mccarg doing pretty well in the face-off dot tonight. McRae, don't know how he controlled that, but he did. Tried to find a centering feed, but Lockie Fred just a little bit behind the play.
You're seeing both teams looking for that same type of goal that the Swarm just got. Speed wide.
And that's batted up into the crowd. Someone's getting a free souvenir tonight. I hope it didn't hit anyone. Yeah, everything seems to be all right.
Puck budget's just getting bigger and bigger. We also currently have the Thunder and Devils in the third period, 3-3 tie. Joe Orr, the former Thunder, has 2 goals tonight.
That'll hurt a little bit.
Yeah. Coming off that hat trick last weekend. That 9-2 drubbing of the Swarm.
Yeah, a couple of great bounce-back performance for the Swarm, and it's Tula. Still with it, Tula. Kozak will pick it up. Put a shot on straight into the glove of Hasselman, though. You'll see that one all the way.
3 minutes to go here in the second. See if Swarm can add one, or Stampede add one, or if it just finishes off 1-0. Regardless, you're starting to see a lot of tired bodies on both teams.
I'll have another couple of goals, please, from any team.
These are always the most important minutes, those last 3 to 5 minutes of each period.
Oh, shot on there from Sandoy. No redirect, though, so Hasselman saw it easily. And a shout out to my man Baz watching from home. He's just got a power cut, so he's watching on his phone. Enjoying the can roast. As Skipper's going to have it.
Patience by Skipper there.
Just left it behind momentarily, though. Still stayed with it.
He's toying with him out there. He's giving them the puck, but they don't want it.
And then he just lays his body in front and says, well, you can't go through.
Yep.
And Hasselman looking nice and cool there. Puck comes out. Sandoy will take it back. Try to look for some options. He's got Ali Hay up the left. Still with it. Ali Hay shoots and
Just a bit high.
misses.
If not off the stick of Hasselman. Both teams getting a change here.
As Tola putting on the afterburners. Once again, he's going to get a shot off. Good save there by Hasselman. Puck bouncing out in front. I think Swarm got another shot there and puck it. And a good battle for the puck. As Harrison Mccarg just gets a touch on that, so that's cleared. Oh, Tola almost gave it up there as Connor Harrison was lurking strong on him. As Mawson will just play it nice and easy. Vordanov. Pass it only to Harry Mccarg.
Gives it right back.
As puck did come out, so the Swarm will have to touch up. As Connor Harrison's going to gain the zone. Shot on, but Tola right in front of that. Tola once again.
Down to 1 minute to go. It's the 4-on-3.
Polozov will rip one on, block a save. Splits out in front. Mawson tried to find Vordanov. Pass was just a little bit in front of him to get a nice one-time shot off. Amson to McRae. Puck bounces out, came off a skate. As Amson will try bat that one in, but
Richie.
Hopkinson seeing that. Puts one on, but that goes way higher than the goal. Even Hasselman couldn't even get a glove on it. Ollie Hay, nice little move. Oh, he's still going. Found Jonsson, but Jonsson didn't control that nicely. Lockie Fred, McRae's 3-on-2 here. Oh, great defensive work by Sandoy. Put on another shot. Harrison covers that up. But Remy Sandoy, get him back there and put in the body on the line.
Stampede, you're feeling good about that rush? The Swarm, with the way Remy's been playing tonight, you're also feeling good? Remy ended up getting the better of McRae there.
Yeah, when I found out that the Swarm were going to get Sandoy from the Admirals, I thought, you know, that's huge for our defensive unit. So back underway, dying seconds of this period. Centering feed, no one home there though for the Stampede as time will wind down.
Another tight checking second period, just like yesterday. The Swarm won yesterday's second period 2-0. They've won today 1-0. So no different than yesterday. Swarm going into the third with a lead.
So a lot of hockey still left in this. 20 minutes into the final period. Only a 1-goal game here, Seabass. So.
And the Red Devils have just got a 4-3 lead with Joe Orr scoring a third goal. So a back-to-back hat-trick weekend for Joe Orr.
Yeah, I was definitely cheering for the Thunder today.
Yeah, need them to get that first win, but if the Red Devils can hang on, they'll be tied for first with the Stampede if this result hangs on with 19 points. That's what the Stampede have currently.
Well, we'll take a quick break here and we'll be right back after an ice cut for the third and final period of action here this evening. So grab yourself a tasty beverage and we'll be right with you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Hive, a 1-0 game. Botany Swarm with just edging over the Stampede so far. Seabass, how are the Stampede going to come back and win this game?
Just got to rely on what they know.
Yep.
Yesterday they were down 2-1, ended up being 3-1 in the third. They've got all the experience, all the wherewithal, all the skill. They know what they're doing. The one thing that might come into play is the fatigue. They have been rolling 4D all night. That second period, 4D, long change. I would not want to be one of them. My legs would be tired, but makes for a good third period.
I'm sure both teams will want to play some smart hockey and not give away anything that might lead to a goal-scoring opportunity for either team.
Stampede are going to want to keep playing their game and hope that the ref sees a well-deserved penalty. Swarm are going to feel the same way. Next goal is going to be paramount.
Absolutely. Sandoy will put on the brakes.
Speaking of next goal, Dylan Devlin just had a 5-on-3 goal to tie it up 4-4. Thunder and Devils.
It'll be good to see Thunder get their first win as Sandoy has gone all the way here at the moment. Receives a hit, got Polozov to come pick the puck up. Try to find Vordanov on the far side, but he was harassed there by McRae. Polozov tried to rip a shot. Oh, Swarm almost had a good scoring opportunity there as it just went too far in front of Vordanov. As McRae will put on the brakes, rips one, and he puts it wide. Puck behind the net. A bit of a battle for it. As McRae will just rip that one on. Harrison unable to cover that. As Mawson try to get away, but Connor Harrison will have it. Try to find a centering pass, but Swarm players all there. As Tula finds Polozov. And he's harassed there by Harry Mccarg. Connor Harrison with it. Tried to put on a deke on Mawson, but he knows exactly what forwards are going to try to do.
Yep.
Vordanov with a shot.
That's a tired play right there by Connor Harrison. Out there for almost a minute and a half.
There was a bit of a scramble, finally comes out. As Lockie Frere will get the charge going. Passes it to Carson Pratt. Had Harrison Mccarg in the slot crashing, but couldn't get a good pass off. As it looks like Carson Pratt has broken his stick, so he'll have to skate straight off. While Mawson put on a good hit. As Hopkinson had to try to slow it down a little bit so they could touch up. Johnson's first there.
Taking on 2-3 Stampede at a time.
Yeah, one thing with Johnson, he's definitely not going to try to go through you, but if you give him too much room to go around you, he easily will. As True has a little bit of trouble getting a pass off, finally does. And Lockie Frere using the body well on Whitson Lee. Whitson Lee, though, will almost. Once again, good work there by Lockie Frere. True try to find Martin on that far side. And good collision there between Harrison Mccarg and looked like Gavin Puckett.
Commons going flying.
As Gavin Puckett unable to pass to the point as he was harassed there by, looked like Callum Burns. And Skibber with a...
Puts it in deep, gets that change.
Yeah. Using that Supreme Matrix barber stick that you love.
Yeah.
And icing waved off. Not sure why. As Burns finds McRae. Connor Harrison tried to bang it in, but only found Ollie Hay. Sandoy tried to go through McRae, but puts on a good skate. He's got Connor Harrison going the net, backhand pass. And Grace Harrison gets a good glove on it and covers that up for a whistle.
Not what McRae was aiming for, but at the end of the day, you get a nice draw out of that. This is where draws come in extremely handy. Max Mccarg does like taking the draws on his offhand side. 4 minutes in, haven't seen much from either team yet. It's more just back and forth.
Still 4-all in that game, Seabass. We'll keep a good eye on that. As Tola puts on a spin on Max Mccarg. Kozak will gain the blue. Try to leave it on for Janssen, but he didn't know too much about it. As Burns will find Max Mccarg. Connor Harrison shoots, but that misses block aside. Here's McRae, shoots and took a wicked deflection in front. As Tula only bats that down as far as Mitchell Frere. McRae still with it, showing his great puck movement skill he's got going. It'll be McRae's first season without Schneider by his side for a while.
Yep. It's faring pretty well without him so far.
As Puckett has it for the Swarm, finds Delmatow, shoots, and just couldn't get it over the line. As Hasselman just got enough of that shot to put it to the side. As Harrison Mccarg gets on his afterburners. It's always fun watching his pace. Try to find a centering pass. Carson Pratt tried to get a shot off, but couldn't as it was bouncing. Delmatow does well to clear that.
Not too sure if the linesman on the far side actually knows what icing is. He has blown off a couple for both teams throughout the night, and they're all unsure why.
And Swarm will be offside, as Atwell was just a little bit ahead of the play on that one, Seabass. So 32 shots to 19 in favour of the Swarm over the Southern Stampede here today.
Put some quotations around the shots. Can neither confirm nor deny their accuracy. I was talking with Joel Hasselman in the intermission. He said he likes it.
As Callum Burns showing a bit of his skill.
Just time out of reach of Ryan Martin.
It'll be good to see Callum Burns maybe get a little bit more involved in this game, but I'm sure he'll be a little bit laggy this evening. As Tappan gives a nice pass to Vodanov, who finds it out well.
Yeah, with 13 minutes to go, you're not going to push too much right now.
Janssen shoots, and great save there by Hasselman.
And the Red Devils seem to have just scored to go up 5-4 with under 14 seconds to go, if I'm correct.
So the SkyCity Stampede trying to get back into this one. Here's McRae. Shoots on, and a good save there by Harrison. A big one was needed there.
That is a big, big save.
And there goes Grace on her left side walk again to the hash marks. Mawson will have it for the Swarm. He'll go behind the net. Kozak finds Hopkinson. Good chance here. Janssen and Hasselman getting over there to deny the Swedish native Janssen. Pretty good opportunity there for the Swarm. As Harrison will find Amston, who's gone up. Try to get a shot off, but a good stick in the lane by Mawson breaks that up. True will find Amston. Amston looking like a forward lately. And we got too many men again for the SkyCity Stampede. That's going to be their second one of the night. Amston definitely doesn't like the call, but I saw out of the corner of my eye there was definitely 6 yellow minions on the ice, and McRae, it looks like he's going to be getting one here as well for arguing the call or saying something that Tyler, the ref, did not like. And he's still talking. And
that's one thing as a
and
player.
He's thrown out of the game has been McRae.
Yeah. As a player, you hate that. That's as a Stampede player, I would obviously disagree with the 5-on-4 call, the too many men. But then when you're arguing with a ref or you're debating with a ref, the second they give you a 10, it's very disheartening because then it's their show, it's not your game.
Yeah.
So I could see why McRae's frustrated. It's a very bad too many men call. Obviously, he lets the ref know that. He gives him 2, tells me he doesn't like the 2, he gives him a 10. So now it's going to be 5-on-3, I believe, for 2 minutes. And that puts the Stampede in a big, big hole.
That does, because McRae definitely a guy who gets some attack going, especially when they're in the zone, you know.
Big time. You've seen the first 7.5 minutes of this period. He's had a couple chances already, so you're taking him out of the game. That's a big relief for the Swarm, but a very big hole for the Stampede.
So Chelona will also go and sit the 10 for McRae. So it'll just be 2 minutes that they won't be out with the player.
And that was head ref Hasselmore letting the Stampede know he's going to keep putting them in the box if that keeps up.
And the play's whistled down. So huge opportunity here for the Swarm to take a 2-0 lead.
And if you don't score on a 5-on-3, I've always said it, there's something wrong with your power play. And normally, statistically speaking, if you score on a 5-on-3, you're going to win a game. If you kill off a 5-on-3, you'll win the game. But with this size ice, the fatigue set in, there's a good chance the Swarm do in fact bury here.
So Swarm just cycling as Ollie Hay will have it. Here's Vordanov, rips one, and Hasselman reading the play and getting over. So there'll be no changing for the SkyCity Stampede as the goalie did knock the net off its moorings.
Smart play by the Swarm coach as well. Keep those bodies fresh. You have 2 minutes. Take those 3 forwards off, get 3 new ones out there. You've only wasted 21 seconds. And with that Christchurch game being official, they now sit tied atop the table with 19 points.
Is that right?
Yep. Depends what happens these next 12 minutes, if that's remaining tied or if the Stampede do in fact win and move atop with 20.
Tula shoots! Oh, that almost looked like it was in as the glove side of Hasselman didn't see much of it. Here's Mawson.
If that was on net, that was a goal.
Absolutely. As Mawson will have it again up at the point. Here's Tula. Need to get some shots going, do the Swarm. Kozak finds Tula one time and fans on it. Breaks his stick in the process as well. So Ollie Hay will get out there and replace him.
A lot of
There's
movement,
Kozak.
but not much in the way of tiring out the
Mawson
Stampede yet.
shoots. Good block there by Amston. Getting over and putting his body on the line. They'll get 2 players changing on that. He's got Jonsson going in the net. Just needs a pass. And it was right on net. Try to maybe get a rebound there for Jonsson to run onto. Hasselman definitely having a good game.
Yep.
25 seconds to go in the power play.
You just have to question the execution of the Swarm 5-on-3. There's no urgency. It's like they're happy to kill off 2 minutes rather than get that 2-0 lead. With 10 seconds to go, you'll see that.
They definitely need to get a shot off here. Ollie Hay can definitely rip one. As those guys are coming out of the box any second now. Polozov try to find a centering feed. Atwell's with it. Here's Ollie Hay, shoots. And Carson Pratt getting over there and maybe getting something on that. Stampede won't be allowed to change, but they will have full strength back out there for this face-off.
That was, as a Stampede, you're looking into that thinking fresh ice, 5-on-3, 2 minutes. That's not good. They ended up killing off a full 2 minutes with maybe 3 shots on goal. So the Swarm are 2 minutes closer to a victory, but a very big chance blown.
Yeah, they definitely need to add on there if they want to win this game.
But losing McCray for the next 12 minutes definitely hurts.
Now he's gone for the game.
Yeah.
Shot on. Oh, Lockie Frere. Almost got a good one off there as Harrison covers that up. Stampede player pushed into the goal for his troubles. As Harrison will do a little walk over to the left once again. I'm sure she does that when she smells something brewing.
And with McCray leaving, we might see Tyler Challoner hit the ice tonight. Who knows? One of the younger kids from Queenstown made the trip up.
Haven't seen him so far. Only gone to the box. As Kozak will have it, puts on feed. Oh, as Jonsson did get a piece on, but couldn't get it on net. And Jonsson just losing it. Connor Harrison coming to pick it up. Sorry, Harrison with it now. Burns up to Harrison, but he can't get anything on that. Sula finds Jonsson. There's Mawson. Doesn't get much on it as Stampede clear it again. There's Lockie Frere. Trying to find a centering pass.
Oh!
Mccarg scores!
That right
Max
there.
Mccarg on the pass from Lockie Frere, and the Stampede have tied it here, Seabass.
Yeah. On that shift, you had Josh Hurley, the future number 13 for the Stampede whenever McCray retires, and Lockie Frere with the assist. As we were talking about earlier, he always has a good game against the Swarm.
Is there something about the 13 jersey that...
Yeah, Hurley just grew up watching McCray.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty cool.
So McCray leaves the game, and what do you know? Josh Hurley takes over. But we have 9 minutes to go, a 1-1 game. I think we're going to see a lot of the same hockey we've have seen the last period and a half, is tight checking, chips and chases.
And we'll get a whistle on the play as it was deflected above the glass. So it will be a face-off in the Stampede defensive zone. 1-1 now. I'm hoping for at least 3 more goals from each team.
Yep. Or who knows, go to a shootout, get 6 goals.
Yeah, that'd be good. Get some free hockey going. I'm sure it's not what the Swarm fans want, but nonetheless. As the linesman takes a tumble as Vordanov put a hit on Harrison Mccarg, and it doesn't look too flash getting up. Looks like he might be all right, though.
Scary second there. Looked like he got stepped on, but luckily he moved his hand at the right second. But regardless, that's still a case of beer for the other refs. You don't take a tumble in games.
Yeah.
He knows that. He's not staying down because he's hurt. He's staying down because the pride is hurt.
Yeah. I think the refs are discussing, hey, mate, I'm quite a fan of Heineken.
Well, Tyler's from the South Island, so you know he's getting spates.
Yeah, true. I'm sure he can answer all the questions above the bottle caps as well.
Yeah.
So the Zebra will shake that one off. Seems to be all right.
That'll be a good GoPro afterwards. Every ref's got that cam firing up for the entire game, so get the old POV of that.
Yeah. Here's True. He just bang it up for Lockie Frere, who just whips it in. Tula first there. Polozov gaining the zone with a bit of speed. Harrison Mccarg coming in, tidying up. Lockie Frere getting on his horse once again. Just bangs one towards net as Max Mccarg keeps that in. Mawson will come the other way.
Good puck protection by Mawson.
Finds Polozov. Big move. No one really to pass to. As Hopkinson will rip one from about the point. As Polozov has it on his stick, try to find Hopkinson behind him. As Lockie Frere
Here you're seeing that fatigue starting to set in. Both teams are a little bit draggy.
Not Connor Harrison though, as he absorbs a hit there from Sandoy.
Connor Harrison's just like Harrison Mccarg. Non-stop, non-stop, non-stop.
No wonder your line was so good, because you probably had to train against that one back at home.
Now we're down to 7 minutes.
As Burns finds Hurley. Hurley with a shot. Glove save there by Harrison, couldn't hang on to it though. Centering pass. Good stick lift there by Sandoy on Anston. As Connor Harrison will try to find Carson Pratt crashing into the zone. Got some Swarm players on him as Amston has to track back for the Stampede. And Burns just missing that.
Stick got stuck in the boards. Oh, smart play there by Thuler. Oh.
And we got a slashing call here on Gavin Puckett.
Puckett's a Canadian, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. That's just a typical play you do back in Canada. You try to get away with it, but Tyler, having refed for a little bit overseas, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, not a penalty you want to be giving away with 6:20 to go, though.
Fortunately, the power play master, Michael McRae, isn't out there, so that is the confusion at the bench, not knowing which five are going. You will notice there's 3D. Mitchell Frere's just an immovable object in front of the net when there is possession. But I think the Swarm might be thinking offense on this PK.
He's American, Gavin Puckett.
Oh, sorry. Puckett probably wishes he's Canadian. He's actually from the States. Feel bad, but.
And Mawson put on a good hit there as True tried to come into the zone, not really looking. And the Swarm clear that one all the way down once again. Hasselman plays that. And here comes Burns. Try to find True on that left wing, but Sandoy stepping up and banging that one all the way down again. Burns over to Amston. It's good to see Amston a ice black now these days.
Yeah.
As Sandoy just winds up and piffs that all the way down the ice.
If you look at the Stampede decor, you do have Steph Amston, Callum Burns, 1-2 decor in the Ice Blacks. You also have Mitch Freer, who could easily be a top four. So it is a reason why, with only 4D, it's only 1-1 right now.
Can't wait to see when the Ice Blacks are back in action again. As Hasselmore comes far out and plays that, we're going to get a cross check.
5-on-3 coming up for the Stampede.
Uh-oh, it's going to be Johnson to the naughty bin to join his teammate, Mr. Puckett.
Looks as though the Stampede will be calling a timeout. 32-second 5-on-3.
I'm sure they're going to go over who's going to be the open guy on the far left-hand side there for a one-time effort.
Now every coach has their different setup for the 5-on-3. Some people like going overload. Some people like going umbrella. Some people like going box plus one. It all depends on the personnel you have out there. But the
I reckon on the 5-on-3 you probably want to play umbrella, get some rip some shots from the point and get Mitchie Frere in front of the net again.
The quicker you can get the puck zipping around, the better off you'll be. You want that triangle of the PK moving. With that 2-minute 5-on-3 the Swarm had, you could see the Stampede triangle wasn't moving at all. Whereas you'll see if the Stampede try to get him moving around, You want a tired PK. You don't want a well-rested PK. This is the very critical part of the game, too. Under 5 to go. So the Stampede, if they don't score, have a power play until 2:52 to go. Much like yesterday, it's a barn burner right down to the end.
So Max Mccarg will go to work against Polozov. Won by Mccarg. Here's Amston. He finds Connor Harrison down this near side. Here's Amston. Burns wanted a one-timer, but was in front of him too much. As Mitchell Frere will give back to Max Mccarg. Here's Burns.
5 seconds to go on the 5-on-3.
Burns rips one, and Polozov standing strong. Another one-time effort that Max Mccarg wanted. Mitchell Frere with it. Oh no, it's going to be a tripping call against Polozov. They're shooting themselves in the foot at the moment.
And if you look down here,
Swarm.
Joel Hasselman biffs while skating to the bench.
Sniper. A good hustle though. He saw the arm go up and he was get on his horse to get off.
And this is where you're frustrated as a Swarm. Polozov, easily your best skater, your best PKer. He's gone until 2:10. So you have Atwell, Hay, and Remy, who all three of them are good skaters, big physical boys.
So the Stampede will have possession. Here's Connor Harrison with it. He'll just give it up top to Anston. Run time from Burns hits Harrison in the pads. Here's Burns again. Couldn't control it. Puck will come out.
That's a good
Stampede will have to reset.
15 to 20 second break here for the Swarm. Gain that zone.
Here's Amston. Finds Burns. Backdoor pass, but couldn't get anything on it. Another retry off the side of the net. Good stick in the lane by Atwell. He does extremely well. That will go all the way down. Hasselman getting up and giving a pass straight up to Connor Harrison. Sorry, that's Burns.
20 seconds left in the 5-on-3. A minute left in the power play in total.
Max Mccarg to Burns. Back to Mccarg. Here's Amston. Rips one and it hits his own player in front of the net. Scrambling puck. Couple of handbags were almost thrown there.
And what we're seeing tonight is a struggling power play for both teams, but as well, two great PKs. If you couple it together, both the Swarm and the Stampede will have had 2 minutes probably, roughly, 5-on-3 each. Not many forcible saves for the goalie, I'd say. Every save was visible, not panicking.
As Mawson harassed there by Harrison Mccarg, who does well to keep the pressure on. Mawson comes out, puts a spin on and clears that as Burns almost kept it in. Amston with it now. Here's Harrison Mccarg. He's pressured on by two Swarm players and they can clear. That comes off the ref. Johnson just bangs that in. Hasselmore has to stop that. Amston leaves it there behind the net for Burns. There's Amston. He can get on his horse when he wants to. Tries to go around Mawson. Thought about a centering feed. Try to wrap around. Covered up there by Grace Harrison.
And with that, we're back to even strength. So 2 minutes to go, 2:06 to be exact. Now it's the best team wins.
And you bet Polozov's getting out there.
Yeah, he's hungry. Wouldn't be surprised to see an extremely motivated shift from this Botany Swarm line because they are the culprits for 2 of the last 3 penalties. So it's first line versus first line.
As we have to restart that face-off again as guys on the near side were off their blocks too quickly.
Both teams are going to have to be smart with their sticks right now.
Here's Hurley. shoots one on. Ollie Hay comes and cleans up. He just puts it on for Polozov in front of his stick though. Try to find a centering pass. No one was there for the Swarm. Under 2 to go. Sandoy doing well and stopping that bouncing puck from going any further than halfway. Mawson turns around Hurley. Swarm are onside. As Mawson has to jump back and get that puck. I think overtime's getting ridden all over this one now, Seabass.
Just over a minute to go. We'll see how this last minute plays out.
As Vordanov has the puck, he'll find Kozak behind the net. Who's gone in front of the net to the slot area? We'll get a whistle on the play as it looks like the puck is off. Sorry, the net is off its moorings. So the Stampede won't be able to get a change on that.
It's a very smart goaltending play. You can see that Kozak still had the play. I'm not saying it was done purposefully or not, but Kozak had it behind the net. A lot of the Stampede players thought he was going backhand. But if you look this way, there was about 3 feet of open space on that blocker side of Hasselman. Accidentally hit the post off, and now we have first line tired against second line fresh for the Swarm.
Hopkinson wins that. Here's Mawson. Uh-oh, here comes the Stampede. It's Hurley. Oh, Mawson, take a bow, mate. Back checking and diving to stop that attack. It was an awesome 2-on-1 opportunity there for the Stampede. Here comes Tula the other way. Going backhand. Tried to put a centering pass, but a good stick in the lane there by True. Sorry, Mitchell Frere was. And the Stampede clear that for the time being. 25 seconds to go. Tula brings it in. Here's Kozak.
Some tired bodies out there for the Stampede right now.
Harrison Mccarg couldn't clear that for the time being. Kozak with it in the corner.
10 seconds, here we
Dancing
go.
around. Put one on net, hits the side of the net. Try to clear as Jonsson loses his stick. Mawson keeps it in. Try to put one on net, but it's blocked in front. And that's going to do it for the third period. A 1-1 game, so we're heading to overtime. We're getting some free hockey here, ladies and gentlemen.
And that again is, like Aaron and I were saying yesterday, what we expected out of this weekend. Tight teams, tight checking, great defense, great goaltending. Just so happened that the Swarm were a very good second period team. They've won both second periods. Stampede, a very good third period team. They won both third periods. We'll see if Remy starts today with Ollie Hay and Polozov.
Surely.
They only had to play 35 seconds yesterday. They got a goal, so we'll see how we shape up here in the overtime.
Absolutely. In recent years, Stampede would have easily been your favorite for a team in overtime to win if it actually did get that far, but I would still say Swarm definitely have the edge on a 3-on-3 game.
They do have the solid skating. They have Thuler, Hay, Polozov, Hopkinson, who's handy, Kozak, who's handy, Jonsson handy, Atwell's handy. The only thing they don't really have is the experience. Stampede have the experience, but not as many skilled players left in the lineup.
And a little bit of lag in the legs building up now.
You'll see guaranteed Amston, Burns, Max McCog, Harry McCog, Harrison, but
I'd probably get Harry McCarg out there first, you know. Whoever's got the legs to burn.
You'll see who's been watching the NHL.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of people play the 3-on-3. You win the draw.
So much better at 3-on-3 than 4-on-4.
Take it back, gain pressure, tire out the other team. Once they're tired and can't change, that's when you take your rush. So I believe in the NHL it's opposite sides, goalie switch ends, so you have that long change, but I don't think we do that in the IHF.
Okay.
And with this ice, obviously it's twice the size of ours in Queenstown.
That's why you see so many breaks in the NHL and the 3-on-3, like, hey, where's the covering player in this situation?
The Swarm have the advantage of practicing here, playing every home game here, so they know what they're doing on this ice. Stampede might get lost. but at the same time, you haven't played for 3 minutes. Everyone, no excuse. Sunday game, leave it all on the ice.
Absolutely.
But with that, Swarm have a point, Stampede have a point. We're just playing for that third point now.
Definitely depends how many Frosties they get on the plane from Cameron Frere, how many he'll dish out.
Exactly.
You'd like to say you've earned it.
Mm-hmm. And this is where it really hurts not having Mike McCrae.
Oh, absolutely. And Schneider, for that matter, he's that overtime kind of guy, you know.
Yeah.
Even if you are faster than him, that long reach of his. But he's not here today, neither is Mike McCrae.
Both teams are going with 2 defensemen, 1 forward. But with saying that, all 3 players on each team can play forward.
You called the Swarm team right, and you got the Stampede right as well with Burns, Max Mccarg, and Amston. And we're underway here in overtime. Polozov straight off the bat, rips one. Hasselman making the save.
Oh, this is where it started last night.
It is. Polozov with another shot. Rebound. Here comes Burns. He gives it over to Max Mccarg.
Max McCarg's been having plenty of 3-on-3 experience.
Backhand on net, but that misses everything as no one was in the slot area.
Yeah.
There's
Take
Burns.
it back, tire him out.
There's Burns. Trying to find Max Mccarg, but he was unable to corral that on his stick nicely. Sandoy will have it. He'll try to get up and go.
Well, we've seen Janssen and Thuler out there for the first time this weekend.
Janssen tried to find Tula, but no one home there. Here's Harrison Mccarg. Big play needed there by Ollie Hay as he needed a change. And Tula
What a play by Thuler.
throwing the stick behind him. A no-look backhand. Tula try to get a shot on. Net comes off. Not sure where the puck is. Ref does wave it off. It's no goal. Puck doesn't look to be like it's in the back of the net. Actually, it is. So you'd think the net came off just in the nick of time.
Yeah, the light did not go on, so. Right there, that's another play by Thuler, which led to the first goal by the Swarm. If he doesn't swing that stick, that's a 2-on-0 for the Stampede. With one of those players being Steph Amston. Off the draw, 2-on-1 coming back. Ooh.
And Trude not giving a good pass off there. Sorry, that's Mitchell Frere. Getting those two mixed up for some reason, True and Mitchell Frere.
So that's 6 and 16.
Here's Connor Harrison. He'll find Mitchell Frere. Mitchell Frere with a chance here. Backhand shoots.
Nice save by Grace Harrison.
Massive save to keep them in this game as Hopkinson will try to slow it down for the Swarm. Gives it to Tula. It's Tula and Kozak versus Harrison and Amston. Tula still with it. Shot on, but that goes way wide on the blocker side. And Kozak will just come back.
2 minutes gone.
Here's Atwell. Leaves it on for Mawson. Atwell gets it back. Puts on the brakes, finds Mawson, shoots, and a great pad save there. Hasselman.
He'll forget his name after watching this.
For the saves he has made tonight. Both goalies have been on game tonight and yesterday as Kozak's going to gain the zone. Goes on the backhand behind the net. Oh, almost found Atwell, but Hasselman getting a stick there. Kellen Burns says, nope, I'm not chasing that. Mawson goes back and collects that for the Swarm. And turns around. Stampede definitely looking tired.
2 minutes and 18 seconds to go. Polozov with the puck.
Polozov fakes a shot, rips one. Another great pad save there, Hasselman. Connor Harrison just leaving the puck behind as Mawson goes one-on-one here with Amston, slowing it down a little bit. Didn't get a pass off. Here comes Harrison Mccarg. Polozov should be able to get to him. He does. Good stick in the lane there.
Great stick there by Polozov.
As Polozov still comes away with
Too many
it.
men. Right there.
You're right. You are totally right.
It was called twice today, but not there. So it's
Here's Polozov. Leaves it on for Sandoy.
you're seeing a lot of good changes here by the Swarm in this 3-on-3. I was going to say 5-on-3.
Sandoy with it. He'll find Hopkinson. Try to put a shot on, but Burns stands in front of that. Hopkinson still with it. Leaves it on for Sandoy. Try to find a centering pass to Jonsson, but he's harassed there by Mitchell Frere. Shot on there. Hasselman sees that all the way. So good pressure here by the Swarm, owning this 3-on-3 for the last 4 minutes.
We got 104 to go. Just under that 80-shot average. 75 shots so far. Credited to these two teams.
Does a shootout count as shots?
No.
Nope. And here's Amston, just a little bit left in his tank as he'll gain the blue. Rips one on, and Tula, good stick in front of that shooting lane. As Jonsson leaves it for Tula behind the net. Here's Richie Hopkinson. I've seen what he can do in the Summer League. They shoot on, but Amston getting in the way there. Pressured on by Jonsson, but Amston cool and calm as you like. Here's Max Mccarg. And Tula, what a workhorse in this overtime so far. Here comes Polozov. Sasha shoots, and that definitely took a deflection. Otherwise, he missed extremely bad on that occasion. Sandoy with it.
13 to go here.
Last attack for the Swarm in this game. Polozov finds Sandoy. Here's Ollie Hay from the point, needs to shoot. Sandoy, and that's the buzzer.
And here we go, free hockey again, shootout.
We're going to a shootout here, Seabass. Exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, so I believe it's 3 shooters.
Yep, should be
and
3.
then it'll be sudden death after that. Home team gets to choose if they shoot first or second.
What would you pick? I'd go shoot first.
It all depends on if you believe in your goalie or not.
Oh, I'm sure that the Swarm team definitely believes in Grace Harrison.
Because you want to see that first save, or do you want to see that first goal?
You want to see that first goal and then leave it all for your goalie who's done an exceptional job tonight. In my opinion, that's what I'd do for this game. If it was quite a high-scoring game, I'd probably go the other way.
Because you do have, if you're the home team and you shoot last, you can score to win. But if you get stopped, you lose. Or you start the round. If you score, the other team has to score to win. So,
but the pressure of having to score, you know.
Especially because I don't know how many shootouts any of the Swarm players have been in, but since I've been in Queenstown, there has been one shootout.
Really?
In a regular season or playoff game.
So, you think of your picks for the Swarm, I'll do mine for the Stampede.
So I would be going Polozov, Jonsson, and
Kozak, surely. Or Mawson.
Even Ollie Hay.
Even maybe Richie Hopkinson could get a special mention there, absolutely.
Hopkinson would definitely be 4 or 5, but Polozov, no-brainer. Jonsson, he's got those silky mitts, and then Ollie Hay can just blow up by any goalie. So
Stampede, I'd probably go. Wouldn't mind seeing Mitchell Frere in there if it goes to sudden death, but I'd probably go Max Mccarg, probably Amston, and maybe Connor Harrison. You know, I'd definitely be going Schneider, McRae, and Seabass himself.
Yeah.
If in normal seasons, but so the Swarm will be shooting first. It's going to be Kyle Jonsson, the Swedish native. He's got the whistle ready to go here.
So I am 1 for 1 on the Swarm picks.
Forehand, Hasselman comes up strong on that one. And he'll do his little walk to the bench, try to G up his men for when they get in.
So annoying. Double IHF, how the goalies have to come to the bench.
Oh, do they?
In the NHL, they just stay in the net, which makes so much more sense.
Oh, of course. Hey, at least I get to pound the mitts.
There you go.
Say, hey, I made a save, boys.
Callum Burns did have a penalty shot earlier in the year against the Christchurch Red Devils, or Canterbury Red Devils.
And here he goes. Burns, forehand shot, scores!
For those watching, Callum Burns definitely tried going top glove. That is why he did not celebrate, because it fluttered 5-hole. If he tells you anything different, he is lying.
I'm sure he'll be telling the air hostess that he
Yeah.
got a great goal. So, oh, yeah, here comes Vordanov.
Oh, I'm 1 for 2 now.
1 for 2. Vordanov breaks his own. Backhand. No, denied. Hasselman standing tall once again. So Amston could win it here for the Stampede.
You said Amston, yeah? So you're not,
I
now
did.
you are 1 for 2 and I'm 1 for 2.
Yeah.
The artist formerly known as Steph Helmerson.
Stefanuson. Here he goes.
You can see the weight of the world on his shoulders.
Feels like it. Shoots. And Harrison comes up strong. Swarm stay in it.
So this is high stress for either side right now.
Oh,
Polozov
absolutely.
has to score.
2 from 3.
But
you're
Hasselman
2 from
has to
3,
stop, yeah. But I am now 2 for 3 with. How many stick handles will he make? Over under 2 dozen.
Oh, definitely. And here he goes, Sasha Polozov to keep the Swarm in this. Puts on the brake, shoots and scores! No! Waved off. Tyler the ref waves that one off. It looks like it might be best of 5 then, Seabass.
Oh. In that case, I would have picked Vordanov potentially, so 3 for 3. And
Well, that's good because I'm going 2 for 3 now.
Yeah.
So, are you 3 for 3?
no, I
2
didn't.
for 3. Yeah.
We only picked 3, not 5, so
We can still do it.
yeah.
Just so we
So,
can
yeah,
end on
Vordanov
perfect.
could have potentially been 4-5.
Here comes Max Mccarg. Fakes and scores. Lovely move there,
Yeah.
Max Mccarg. So definitely now Atwell has to score, or the Swarm are done for in this game.
Yep. Atwell is a handy guy. He did score a goal yesterday. Got that game opening goal for the Swarm yesterday.
And here he goes.
Oh.
Leaves it behind. Oh, no. And that's going to be the win for the SkyCity Stampede here today. And that will definitely do it as the Stampede win it here in overtime in a shootout, Seabass.
And that is, as a home team, not what you want. You got 3 points out of the weekend. Road team, you're very excited. 3 points. And you got the second 2 points with Mike McCrae ejected for the last 13 minutes.
That's right.
So you were down by 1, tied it up, went through 5-on-5 or 5 minutes 3-on-3, and a shootout.
Yeah, definitely not the way the Swarm wanted to finish off a extremely good weekend.
Very
in
good hockey.
regards.
Like I was saying to Dave 2 weeks ago, this is what we expected. The weekend, how it went in Queenstown wasn't entirely how we expected it. The first game was tight. Second game, not so much. But today and yesterday, good hockey, physical, fast, good defense, good goaltending. Yeah, this is the NZIHL this year.
It is.
Tight, which is good.
And the Stampede will be back up in Auckland next weekend
Yep.
as well to take on the Admirals. Should be another cracking couple of games there.
And then this weekend does finish off with the Stampede first with 21 points. The Red Devils swept the Thunder. They did get a goal with 14 seconds to go in the third period to win. So they're now on 19 points. And I believe the Swarm are 15 or 14 and the Admirals are 14. And the Thunder, unfortunately, are still at 0. So it's a very tight table this year.
Definitely. And the Swarm can't be feeling too bad about their efforts this weekend.
Not at all.
No one's got points against the Stampede this season so far, so not all is bad for the Swarm team. Always looking dangerous when they've got puck on their sticks.
Great weekend altogether.
So that will do it here this weekend at the Hive. It's It's been a dandy of a couple of hockey games. I've been your host, Bryce Rouse, alongside Colin Seabass McIntosh. It's been an absolute pleasure here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But we do have more action coming next weekend, so have a great week at work, and we'll see you next weekend again.
If you aren't too busy, you can also dive into the NZIHL. Starts off next weekend as well.
Right, okay.
The Swarm Thunder are Friday, Saturday, and the Thunder Women and the Auckland Steel are the gate, whatever they call them, the gate openers. So they're playing before those guys.
Should be some good hockey in that, actually, as
a lot of good hop coming up. But yeah, thank you very much for the weekend. Hope to see you guys soon.
No worries, and thank you everyone for tuning in wherever you are around the world. Thank you very much, and we'll see you here next time for some more New Zealand Ice Hockey League action. So farewell and good evening.